Hi guys, how are you doing? It's Mark here. I want to talk to you about the world of SARMs. This is for information only purposes. I'm here just to inform you about how SARMs work and what they do. That's all my job is. I'm not recommending you buy them, and if you do buy them, you really have to buy them for research purposes only. Now we've got that out of the way, which of the many SARMs would I recommend someone who was tipping their toe into the water try? Well, I go straight to the same one every single time, and it's something called Ostarine. It's an example of one that we are using for research purposes, let's say. The Never Enough brand is phenomenal. You can get it. Wartone Labs is another brand I'd highly recommend, and Dark Science Labs is a third that I'd highly recommend in terms of actually results on the 4 years of people that have come through us and have done research purposes. They've researched particular SARMs, and the research results have been amazing. So Ostarine is very gentle as a SARM, so much so that women can actually take Ostarine, not a problem. Cycling Ostarine, I would say for 12 weeks would be the safe cycle on cycle, and then I would personally take a PCT after if you're a man, but a lot of people don't because of how mild it is. So already some people are getting put off because of that word mild, but let me explain something that happened with me in my experience. When I first thought about researching SARMs, let's say, I did do a lot of research, probably for 6 months before I actually jumped into the world of SARMs, and I identified there was a lot of rubbish on the marketplace. Even now I get emailed daily, absolutely daily, by different companies in China trying to peddle me SARMs. I don't know what I'm getting. They can't seem to give me any assays and independent checks on the quality control side of things. No one seems to be able to prove what's actually in the ingredients form, and I don't speak Chinese, so there's a big language barrier. So I only do my research on trialed quality SARMs. So I would use companies like this and Wartone Labs, for example, because I know where they come from and I know how they're manufactured, and they have a paper trail to actually from the factory to me. So it's important because there's some absolute rubbish being peddled out there, unfortunately. Now Ostarine is, to me, incredible, even if you're advanced. I was, 4 years ago, I would have been 48 years old. So I thought, well, I'm going to try this Ostarine for 8 weeks. I'm not going to tell my wife. I'm not going to tell any of my customers in my shop. I'm not going to tell any of the guys at the gym. I'm just going to jump on Ostarine and see what happens. So I've always kind of trained. I don't profess to be some brilliant bodybuilder or anything. I haven't just pumped up and put a stringer on, for example. I'm in my office in the back of my shop, and I'm just informatively talking to you on my video blog channel. And Ostarine did some quite dramatic changes to me, considering I was 48 years old at the time. Okay, so what happened at that time is I was weighed in at 93 kilo, my waist was 36 inches, and I carried quite a bit of muscle but tub as well. And after 8 weeks, on taking 2 Ostarine a day, and it was actually that one I took, I had gone up to 103 kilos, so I'd put on 10 kilos in body weight. To put that in old money, I think that's about 1.5 stone in body weight. I had dried out, so I looked a lot drier. I'd lost body fat, and my waist had decreased to 34 inch in circumference. So I'd lost 2 inches off my waist and put on 1.5 stone in body weight. My actual visual look was completely different. And here's the kicker. Even when I was bodybuilding, actually in my 20s and early 30s, I was never particularly strong. I'd always get about 100 kilos, and that would kind of be my limit for a few reps. Never really pushed it beyond there. I don't know if that was psychological or what. After 8 weeks on Ostarine, my bench press, incline bench press, increased from 100 to 150 kilos for reps. That's insane. Putting on 1.5 stone in 8 weeks is insane. I've been married about 14 years at the time. I even got a compliment off my wife when I was digging something in the back garden, saying how fit I was looking. I thought she was having an affair. She hadn't complimented me for about 8 years before that. But the real cool thing was my little boy said, "Daddy, you're a bodybuilder, aren't you?" Oh. So that is Ostarine, one of the mildest SARMs out there. And by all means, if you're going to research it, Ostarine wise, I would look at doing 20 milligrams a day. This is a 10 milligram per capsule. So 2 of them capsules a day gives you basically 4 week cycle. Man, if you're going to tip your toe in the water, try that bad boy. That's the way I would go to start with. See how you get on with Ostarine. If you like Ostarine, you can then research other SARMs. Hopefully that was of some information, useful information for you guys. Keep safe, keep training well. Remember, more is not better. Train clever. See you soon. Bye bye.